Are you ignoring, as a matter of fact, the entire basis, the reasoning for Elon Musk to consider it a necessity to purchase Twitter at great risk to him? Oh, that's right. You're ignoring all of that. And Donald Trump is only pro-free speech on X. No, it's the only place he's allowed to communicate. The Daily Show, Jon Stewart, and this is something you're seeing on the left now. They tell on themselves all the time. When they accuse you of being anti-free speech, I know that you as a reasonable person are going, wait, hold on. Wait, the left is accusing me of being anti-free speech? Yes, that's correct. It's but you need to be prepared to combat it. So Jon Stewart, who, full disclosure, very funny, I just disagree with him. He claimed that President Trump and this administration are unbelievably hypocritical on free speech. And actually, this administration and the right-wingers are pro-censorship.
Generally, you've got to search the archives for contradictions on one's stated principles, dig through policy papers to uncover private actions that are undermined by someone's public stance. But this is so blatant. I can't wrap my head around it. It's not even the hypocrisy. It's that they so fetishize free speech, this thing that they do not in any way actually practice.
Yes, we fetishize amendment number 1. It's almost like it's important, which brings us to another installment of Claim Truth. It's always funny to me. You'll get like, well, why do you, that's all you care about is free speech. Well, it's not all I care about, but if I had to pick one thing, it'd probably be that.
I'd start there.
That is my fetish, by the way. The First Amendment, free speech. I'll get in bed with my wife and I say, yes, say whatever you like.
Exactly.
She says stuff like, oh, yeah, Charles. And I'm like, oh, well, that's not me, but I support your right to say it.
Exactly. That's
a huge fetish of mine.
I don't agree with what you say, but I will fight to the death for your right to say it. By the way, without the First Amendment, there can be no dirty talk.
It's true.
And who's Charles? Is that your boss?
Just like without the Second Amendment, there can be no role-playing. What? Not just me? Okay.
Nice.
I get really into it. I say, tonight we're going to do UK role-playing. Here's the knife deposit box.
Use that stop box. Oops, all bullets.
Let's go to the claim. Here, the first claim from Mr. Stewart, and this echoes what the left is trying to get going as a gaslighting campaign right now. Don't be fooled. Check the links in the description. President Trump, I claim, is attacking universities over speech.
Columbia University is bowing to President Trump's demands, announcing it will change a number of policies.
Among them, placing the school's Middle Eastern, South Asian, and African Studies Department under academic receivership for at least 5 years.
Some students protested the war in Gaza. Suddenly, a whole academic department is on double secret probation.
Here's the truth. Speech not the problem. Crimes were.
Ow.
It's kind of like Black Lives Matter, kind of like Antifa. It's like, we don't have a problem. You want to go out and be a dick? It's the criminal activity. I hope I'm crystal clear with you. So, for example, the Students for Justice Palestine, they organize pro-Hamas rallies all across American campuses, cost millions of dollars in property damage. Let me give you some examples. At Columbia, they forcibly occupied Hamilton Hall. They were intimidating and harassing, including physically, Jewish students. And let me add some context here. Let's contrast that because they're trying to say, hey, you as a conservative, you're anti-free speech. Okay, it doesn't exist in a vacuum. Conservative speech has specifically been banned and not welcome at universities when no crimes were taking place. So let me give you some examples. So conservative speakers from 1998 to now, 754 successful bannings or deplatformings by universities. In 2017, there were the Berkeley riots over Ann Coulter and Milo Yiannopoulos going to speak. By the way, 2018, yours truly, I was banned from DePaul University for Change My Mind. There are only 2 genders. Change my mind. I am pro-Second Amendment. Change my mind. No crimes taking place, banned because of speech. It's not even close. This is stupid. Jon Stewart knows better. He's lying to you. Let's go to the next claim that President Trump is now the word police because he has a list of banned words.
What exactly would an actual government-run word police organization look like?
The Trump administration is actively trying to purge the federal government of so-called woke initiatives. Government agencies have flagged hundreds of words to limit or avoid. Words like DEI, BIPOC, anti-racism, Latinx, Native American, black, women. Seemingly random words like expression, at risk, political, and even mental health and sex.
Okay, here's the truth. That was largely bullshit. Now, there is no list of official banned words. Individual agencies can decide how to comply with the executive order on eliminating DEI from government, to be clear. And we'll get into the contrast there. There are no banned words, to be clear, despite what the left actually believes.
Don't think it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't think 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 it. Don't say it.
Ugh.
Jeez.
TDS has spared no one. And here's the thing. There's no list of specific banned words, but more importantly, this was about undoing the enforcement of words that came from the Biden administration. The Biden administration said, here are the words you have to use, with no basis in history, reality, science.
Biology.
So, let me give you some examples here. Former Vice President Biden, respect the office. In 2021, they changed the word mothers to birthing people.
Idiots.
A lot of their official documents. In 2021, they also changed alien to non-citizen. In 2022, they actually permitted gender-neutral U.S. passports. That was an entirely new thing because could no longer fit on the page.
It's actually the phrase of the day.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's one word.
Which one is it?
It's hyphenated.
It's hyphenated.
With
Hyphenated, Gerald. So they just said, we're going to replace this. Well, why are you changing it from women to birthing people? I don't know. We did a focus group. Yeah. We can't say aliens, but that's what it's literally, that's what it's used to say on actual immigration papers. No, we can't say why, because we want to buy a voting block. What would gender neutral passports, what does that even mean? It just means people can be whatever they want. Well, what's the basis of that? Voting.
You want to confuse every other foreign country? Like, come on.
or be a spy?
It's true.
Easiest way to be a spy. Oh, I'm gender neutral. Put X on there. I'll be Jason Bourne or whoever.
Oh, I didn't realize we're going. We're going over time here. So for those of you who are not Rumble Premium members, just continue watching. Tim Pool is coming up next.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has a lot to say about this right now because he's very fast to the news of the day. And if you want to continue watching with us for another 45 minutes to an hour, click below, join Rumble Premium. We will be continuing and taking your chats. Just click there and Rumble Live as a promo code. You get $20 off.
Yeah.
The very next claim we'll move on to that Jon Stewart and people on the left are making. Again, they're telling on themselves. Just be mindful of that. When they accuse you of something, they're accusing you of exactly what it is that they are doing, and they know it. Their claim here now is that President Trump loves social media, not because it's an alternative to legacy media who effectively boxed him out, but because social media exclusively pushes a right-wing bias and ideology.
He loves it. Meta, X, the tickety-tock. Why is it that they're so enamored with social media?
Studies by the Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, and academic organizations have found that the site forced political content on users. That content was almost invariably pro-Trump, pro-Republican,
X.
and pro-Musk.
The one area of free speech that they want to protect completely is the area that supports them and isn't actually free.
Everything about that last clip is dishonest. So here's the truth. Conservatives are banned far more on social media platforms, by the way, up to 4.5 times more likely to be banned per a recent Yale study, not a bastion of conservatism. But for these people who try and act like they live in the realm of nuance and intellectualism, don't you guys always say, hold on a second, correlation doesn't equal causation? Yeah. Okay. Are you ignoring everything that happened on X when it was still Twitter? And Jack Dorsey and conservatives being banned and deplatformed? Are you ignoring, as a matter of fact, the entire basis, the reasoning for Elon Musk to consider it a necessity to purchase Twitter at great risk to him? Oh, that's right. You're ignoring all that. And Donald Trump is only pro-free speech on X. No, it's the only place he's allowed to communicate. Donald Trump has been pro-free speech across all Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, X, Apple, all of these places. Why? Because he was deplatformed and banned. They just didn't play ball. And so Elon Musk bought X, formerly Twitter, and made it more pro-free speech. It would be like acknowledging that we're on Rumble right now. History looking back and going, and then Rumble came along. Well, why was Rumble necessary?
Right.
And then, of course, you'll see more conservatives on Rumble, and people bitch about that now. They go, it's become, well, of course, because it's the only place where we're allowed. Anything on this show seems so controversial that it needs to be censored on YouTube. Well, it is, to be clear. So it is intellectually dishonest because Jon Stewart, who's very funny, is never going to convince me that he's that unintelligent, that he doesn't get it. 4.5 times more likely to be banned, according to Yale. And let me give you a contrast here. The left is the one who specifically targeted social media platforms for censorship. Donald Trump asked them to play ball and allow conservatives to be on the platforms. Allow the Hunter Biden laptop story to be circulated for the true bombshell that it is, right? Those were the actions taken. The left targeted social media to ban people. Nina Jankowicz, remember her? Biden's Disinformation Governance Board. Now she works for a nonprofit where they simply seek to get conservatives banned from social media, labeling them extremists. Remember the Twitter files before it was X? Right? They showed that the Biden administration specifically targeted, quote unquote, disfavored speech. Zuckerberg even came out publicly expressing regret. How much he's doing it to save his own ass, I don't know.
Right, yeah.
But regretted censoring speech at the behest of the Biden administration. Hey, do you know how I know this is true? Because my biggest line item is legal. This show has been targeted so many times, and thank you. I know right now you're watching, your Rumble Premium members. That's what keeps us afloat. Hey, if you'd rather me cancel memberships and do 16 minutes of advertisements every single hour of the show, I can do that too. Let me know below, because that's the alternative. That's what happens on AM radio. This show, if not for you, wouldn't exist. We've been targeted so many times. There's a Vox Apocalypse where they systematically changed the YouTube rules because of us. Senator Hirono called for this show to be censored from the floor. Former Facebook employees confirmed that conservatives were targeted, including me specifically at Gizmodo. That's how I met my lawyer, and we handled that out of court with Facebook. We were censored for quoting the CDC directly as it related to flu deaths for toddlers, which were much higher than COVID deaths in total, just in a given season. We were censored for questioning the 2020 election, knowing now that this came at the behest of the Biden administration. The Nashville Manifesto was removed from YouTube, meaning that investigative journalism is dead on YouTube, provided you investigate the wrong topic. And of course, YouTube suspended us right before the 2022 midterms, after we had the largest national election live stream of all time in 2020. But the good news is you made it right, because in 2024, we had the biggest election stream that night on Earth, period, off of YouTube. Hey, if you like this video, you can hit the notification bell there to know when new videos come out, because I don't think subscriptions are still a thing on YouTube, but you know, you're an adult, most likely, so you can just choose one of the videos here to keep watching, and hopefully it's similar. I don't know what it is.